to this episode of Raising Killin, the podcast to motivate, inspire, and educate parents raising kids with special needs. I'm your host, Marsh Nicu, and today on episode number 29, we chat with Amanda Dickinson. Amanda is a professor, writer, and founder of the Mighty Miracles Foundation. Mighty Miracles is an organization that highlights the emotional journey of the NICU. Amanda is mom to Caden, a second grader, as well as Caleb, her 5-year-old that has a dual diagnosis of Down syndrome as well as cerebral palsy. She is the assistant professor and director of sports leadership and exercise science at Oklahoma Wesleyan University, where she teaches future educators, therapists, and coaches. Welcome to the show, Amanda. We're going to kick off with our first question, which is, what is the Mighty Miracle Foundation?
Usually when I talk to people about Mighty Miracles Foundation, I always explain that it started with the birth of our second son. Caleb surprised us by being born 12 weeks premature at 28 weeks, 2 pounds, 2 ounces. And it was a whirlwind, born with 2 brain bleeds, a heart defect that was then later repaired, and a birth diagnosis of Down syndrome. And I remember sitting in my postpartum room just in shock. And I remember thinking that it was so different from the birth of my first child. And there were the balloons and the congratulations from family and friends and nurses and baby items everywhere. And there wasn't one baby item to be found with Caleb. And I remember thinking, I wish I was rich, because if I had all the money in the world, I would send every parent going through the NICU a gift. I wanted to do something for them. And then that morphed into the 99 days I sat in the NICU room and I would watch parents be escorted in for the first time. And I would see that shocked look and trying to take it all in, this brand new world they found themselves thrown into. And then that morphed into the World of the NICU book that I wrote that's part of our care packages. And finally, in late 2016, early 2017, we founded Mighty Miracles Foundation, and we send out free care packages to families currently going through the NICU all across the country.
Amanda, the care package has totally blown me away. Can you give our listeners an idea of what actually goes into your care package?
Several things. We like to send out books, The World of the NICU that I wrote that I told you about. We also send out a children's book that parents can bond with baby and read to baby. Siblings can get involved in the act, grandparents. It's just a way to open up that door of communication, and something that you expect to do with a newborn baby is to read to them. And so they're able to still do that in a NICU. We send out bracelets to show your support for your NICU baby, keepsakes, a NICU tree for your NICU staff to sign, a guest print, NICU graduation certificate, NICU art. They're heavily laminated little prints that we designed that can be sanitized as often as necessary to hang up around the isolate bed or NICU room. The other book that we wrote, the children's book, our NICU story goes in there as well. And I know I'm forgetting other items, but there's a lot that goes into our care packages.
So, guys, Amanda's website, mightymiraclesfoundation.org, also delivers another valuable resource, and that's your downloadable templates. I know often family members and extended family want to know how they can contribute or how they can just help parents out that are facing the NICU journey. And I think that list is awesome. You guys cover everything from meals, helping with our household chores. And as I said, that's just a really valuable resource.
That's actually part of our World of the NICU book. And so that booklet, while I put it together, it was a labor of love with NICU nurses, RTs, PTs, NICU parents, former and current, that I went to them and, hey, I want to hear all your ideas. What helped you out the best when you were in the NICU? What would you tell other family and friends? And so we had that. It was important to us to offer that as a principle to give to churches, families, friends, so they know proven ways to help out NICU families.
How are the care packages actually distributed, Amanda? Do parents kind of receive that in at the NICU, or how does it reach the parents' hands?
It happens in a few different ways. Our main way is by the request link that is found on our website, and we ship them directly to the parents. Another way is we have been increasing our partnerships with NICUs to where we have several NICUs, especially that keep our NICU graduation certificates on hand, and they give out to parents when they are getting discharged from the NICU. Other NICUs partner with us to keep our little request cards on hand that direct parents where to go to request them, because we found out privacy ways and everything. It's easier to just send straight to the parents.
Now, your 5-year-old Caleb, can you tell us a little bit about that bundle of joy?
Oh my goodness, he's an ornery little turkey. I have my hands full, that's for sure. He was a fighter. In fact, I love Time Hop and Facebook memories, and I was going through it because obviously 5 years ago we were right in the middle of things at the NICU, and I found my status the other day. The memory popped up that said, Caleb continues to do so well. As one nurse just put it, someone forgot to tell him he's so tiny and isn't supposed to be doing this good. He's just been a fighter through and through. And he is in pre-K now. He goes to the private Christian school where Big Brother goes and goes with his little walker every day and is loving life. He's Mr. Social. He is a little rare in the fact that he has a dual diagnosis that not too many kiddos with Down syndrome have. He has Down syndrome, trisomy 21, plus he has cerebral palsy.
I have to give a quick shout out to Rebecca Renfro because she actually told me about you as well as the Mighty Miracles Foundation. So, Rebecca, I know you listening. Thank you so much for making this connection happen. On the same account, Amanda, I know that there is that mom out there listening to us today that needs that word of encouragement as she sits with her baby in that ICU. What is the advice that you would offer to that mom listening?
We use this quote for our NICU babies, but it applies for NICU parents as well. If the only thing you did today was breathe, that's okay. That that sometimes you in the NICU, you have to take it sometimes not just day by day, but even hour by hour. That's okay. Feel your feelings, get through it. Know that you have support there through your NICU team, through other organizations, whether it's ourselves or other organizations that reach out to you. There are people that want to be there for you. Feel your emotions, breathe, and take it just as it comes.
Any other tips? I know kangaroo care was really big for us. I mean, that was that I'm sure actually that is a huge part of why Kaylin pulled through the ICU. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience with kangaroo care, Amanda?
Uh, absolutely. I always tell people I needed it as much as Caleb did. We know there's a lot of research out there that supports the benefits of kangaroo care, that skin to skin contact, but we also see how beneficial it is for parents to be able to really bond and connect with baby. And that's one thing that I tell parents all the time is we hear, and I was there, I'm sure you were too. We feel like the baby becomes more the NICU's sometimes than our own because we can't care for them. So find ways that you can really bond with baby while there, whether it's reading, the kangaroo whenever you can. A lot of moms, myself included, that's why I pumped as much as I could because that was my own unique contribution was I could provide breast milk for him to help him grow and thrive. And so that was something for me to kind of focus on. I feel like I could always do. Bonding hearts, which we do send out in care packages as well. That way, moms and dads can wear the hearts against themselves, sleep with them, and then put them in baby's bed and leave that scent to comfort them. Uh, and allow them to feel your presence there, even when we can't be there. You walking away from the bed sometimes feels like you're literally walking away from your heart, and so we physically leave a heart there to as a reminder. But find ways that you can do that. Maybe it's writing down daily notes, the weight checks, all of that stuff. It's a keepsake, but it also allows you to feel like you're doing something to still be important and be a part of your son or daughter's care.
I'm going to go take it back now to Mighty Miracles Network. Um, your inspiration for writing the book, our NICU story, what was the motivation for that?
It was something I'd wanted to do since he was in the NICU. And I had always been scared. I was afraid I wouldn't put it into words right. And so it kept me for years from I would have thoughts and parts of it, but I never really got serious about it till probably 2 or 3 years removed from the NICU. And I finally just started, and I wrote it so quickly once I finally started. And one night I stayed up so late and just kept writing and typing. And one thing that really also stuck with me too is I always was scared about finding an illustrator that would really illustrate the NICU journey the way it should be illustrated. And I finally took one picture that was shared with us, and I edited it and digitized it to make it look more of an illustration. And I loved how it turned out. So I went to our NICU groups that I'm a part of, and within 24 hours, I had more than 2,400 photo submissions of families that wanted to be a part of this book. And so we had a fun time trying to find the perfect pictures to illustrate our book.
Wow. We about two actually, my gosh, it's been since ever since the pandemic came about as well. We I started putting my thoughts down, and with three other moms, we combined a little booklet and self-published that with a similar motivation, is that we just want to help other parents out there as well, just provide some encouragement and guidance during this time. I'm just really curious. On the website, it said that the house that Mighty Miracles Foundation is how. What's up with
Oh,
the house?
life is never dull in the Dickinson household. We last summer, last May, our neighborhood where it's flooded, where our nonprofit is housed and we live flooded. We had 4 feet of water. And so we started out our summer 2019 with losing our house in a flood, and the house was stripped to the studs. So I lost all of our Mighty Miracles items. I lost all of our baby items from my own 2 sons. Pretty much everything was lost in a flood. But we've rebuilt and we are now back in our house. We have been able to then increase. And so, in fact, we now partner with a private school here in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, Paths to Independence, a school for kids on the autism spectrum. And so they do our care package assembly and printing as part of their on job training to get them ready for employment. So now a lot of our stuff is also housed there as they really work hard to get our care packages ready for families.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you would like to share before you go? Are you good?
I will say we are very excited. We are currently working to expand Mighty Miracles Foundation. So we are officially beginning a new chapter called Mighty Me, and it's for life after the NICU. So we are currently working actually with my university students, with some other therapists and all that, to provide free resources for parents and after the NICU. So we are very excited to be working on that and what that will look like. And so stay tuned.
Amanda, for those guys wanting to reach out to you, what would be the best way for them to contact you?
The best way is through our website. There's a contact us tab on the website. And on the website, you can actually find my email address as well.
All right. And guys, please check out Amanda and the Mighty Miracles Foundation on Facebook as well. I was going through your Facebook page earlier on today, and I mean, it was almost, it's just flashbacks of what NICU life is. And I think that was really interesting because you also get other parents to share their stories and their experiences on your website. So I love that kind of collaboration. And Amanda, we hope to see you soon. You take care. Take care of those beautiful boys. And thank you once again for your time.
Will do. Thank you for having me.
Well, guys, we have come to the end of another episode of the Raising Kitten podcast. And check out Amanda Dickinson's website, which is mightymiraclesfoundation.org, for more resources, as well as her Facebook group. And as always, we would really appreciate a rate, review, and share of this podcast on your podcast provider. Guys, until we see you all the next time, remember, get to the top of that mountain. This is Marsh Naidu signing off.